and Associates.
I'm Dave Shaw, President and CEO of Shaw & Associates. For over 70 years, Shaw & Associates has been your trusted experts for wealth management, tax, accounting, and payroll. We change lives and inspire true wealth, one person, one family, one business at a time. Shaw & Associates is a wealth management investment firm that specializes in taxes, serving as a fiduciary, putting your interests first. You can find more information or schedule an appointment by calling 530-674-1150 or on the web at shawassociatesinc.com. Shaw & Associates is proud to support community radio.
And this is my 8 o'clock morning interview. They showed up right in the middle of my playing every dance song I could find. I couldn't get either one of these girls to do any disco dancing. I don't know if it's just not
too early.
It's too early. I even offered like 5 cups of coffee. Nothing was working. So from Bi-County Farm Advisory.
Yes.
And it's the University of California
Cooperative Extension.
Cooperative Extension.
Yeah, you're good. I know. It's a mouthful.
There. It's only taken years, Whitney.
That's okay.
So
it's
I have
too
Whitney,
long.
Brim, Deforest.
Yes, Whitney, Brim, Deforest.
And you and I met some time back, and we talked about doing this. And you guys have so many different entities, really, people that are involved in trees, rice, peaches, everything. My favorite, which I thought was weird, was the soil guys you brought.
Oh,
yeah. They were talking about all the stuff has to happen with the dirt, and it's like, it's dirt.
It is dirt.
No. You know, it's like, and you brought Sarah.
Marsh, Janish.
Marsh, Janish.
It's a lot of in there.
It's really kind of cool, though, Sarah Marsh, Janish.
It is a cool name. I agree.
It is a cool name, huh? And Sarah, what do you do?
Yeah, so like Whitney, I'm also a UCCE advisor.
I am writing that down.
It's a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
It's a little shorter. It's the same thing. But so like Whitney, my main focus is rice, and I cover Colusa and Yolo counties, so just on the other side of the Sac River.
All right, girls. You know how they say, do not buy your wife an appliance for Christmas? Right?
I've heard that, yeah.
Okay. So my wife bought me a rice cooker.
Ah.
Okay, but it's not just any rice cooker. I've never seen anything like it. So when you put the rice in, it's in looks like a filter pan.
Okay.
Right? And then if you push the button for low sugar.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, yeah. Stay with me here. It
Fancy.
drops the rice down in the water.
Okay.
Boils it. Ooh. Then brings it back up so all the water and all the starch, everything stays down there, and steams it.
Oh,
that is so interesting.
It is the best rice I've ever. I mean, I'm telling you.
Wow.
I don't know.
That's way fancier than my rice cooker.
Well, we've always just used the rice cooker, and I've talked to a lot of people. They just boil it in the pan, right?
Sure.
That's how I grew up eating it, just on a pot in the stove.
Yeah.
I'm
now
not
we have
good
a rice
at cooking
cooker.
it that way. I always mess it up whenever I do the pan method.
Well, now that we've got the rice cooker, I'm never going back. It takes a little longer, but it's set it and forget it. That's an interesting sounding rice cooker.
I push the buttons,
so cool.
and it's good because it's low sugar.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so important
and
nowadays.
I always wondered about that. It soaks in that water. When it takes it out and then steams it, whole different consistency.
You like the texture
I
still?
love it. I love it. I was in Japan for 3 years. I do want rice to be able, so you're not picking up one grain at a time with chopsticks.
Yeah.
So I do want it to have some stick.
Yeah.
But not a lump.
I get that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No way.
Anyway, there's my rice story, ladies.
That's a good rice story. Yeah, now I'm going to have to look into that fancy rice cooker.
How did you get involved, Sarah? How did you get involved in this? Where are you from?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I'm incredibly local. I grew up in Colusa County. I did an internship when I was in college with Dr. Luis Espino, who's one of our colleagues, actually, when he was the rice advisor for the Colusa office. So that was back in 2018. Spent a summer scouting army worms, wandering around rice fields, seeding the variety trials, and then went back to school and finished grad school, and a position ended up opening up in the same office where I'd interned, and
Wow.
I just luck of the draw. But it's really great to be in a community that I really admire, really trust, and work with colleagues like Whitney, like Louise, who are so good in the field and let me learn from them.
So,
well, thanks for the
Whitney, I have to ask, do you hire all these people that come in here?
Oh, I don't hire all of them, but I do have a large cohort of folks that come through my office, and a lot of people end up staying. So like come through my team,
Just-
like as interns or fellows or students, and yeah, a lot of folks do end up staying.
Well, rice is sticky, right?
That's
Touche. So I just, because, man, I'm telling you, you get people in here that do not sound college educated. Now, I
Yeah.
want to clarify that.
Okay.
They're able to speak plain speech.
Oh,
so
yeah.
people can understand the farm community and what happens. And so they're very bright. That isn't the point. They obviously went to college, but they don't act like, do you know what I mean? Like,
know what you mean,
Here
yeah.
it is at this level. Because
Yeah.
it's like I was in the military. Everything's an acronym.
right.
So, yeah.
We have a lot of that too.
Yeah, you do. So you
Yeah.
have to kind of back up and say, okay, that means this. And everybody you've sent me, I've been able to say, well, what is that? Where is that guy, right? And they're able to put it together. Because, man, our community, I tell you, we live on an island. You cannot leave here, either Marysville, Yuba City, and not hit ag land.
It's true. Yeah.
And I hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
But so why rice? Of all the things you could have done, Sarah, you went,
Okay, Sarah.
Oh,
rice.
man. Yeah, and that's actually really funny because
I mean,
I went...
you could have done chickens and you'd have
That's
been
true.
really.
Yeah, it's
Or
it's
bees.
Bees, something. It's funny because I went to Texas A&M to get out of the area to learn something new,
Of
learn
course you did.
different types of ag. And so while I was there, I worked in cotton, I worked in sorghum, I even did a stint in vegetable breeding for a while. And although they have rice in Texas, it's a totally different
Yeah.
system, and it's not. Sorry, Texas. It's not the same quality as our California rice, and I think we'll agree with that. But it's funny. Every step I took in my career or my schooling path, I kind of felt it tugging me back here. And so when the opportunities opened up and kind of led me this way, I was really open to that.
I lived in Japan for 3 years, and they grow rice there,
Oh yeah,
They do. Yeah.
but they love Cal Rose.
yes.
I mean, they love it. Do we ship it there?
Yes. So
Ah,
almost all of the California market is an export market to the Asian countries of Japan and Korea, and a couple more there that I'm not going to take up our entire time listing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's really just fascinating how the rice industry in California has really specifically bred for that quality that's so desired.
Yeah. I don't need any other rice.
Oh yeah.
We don't either.
My wife wouldn't let me. We're not eating that subpar rice. I didn't buy you a rice cooker to eat something subpar.
Oh, definitely.
That's
not.
true. That's true. The fancy one too.
Yeah.
So what do you do right now? Because I know you guys help the farm community, and we've talked about it before, Whitney. You're even able to, very small farms can connect with you
sure.
and
Yeah.
get help. It's really kind of an amazing thing that you have over there. You have the master gardeners.
We do.
Love the master gardeners.
Yes, they're a great group.
You know?
I agree.
And but you guys, no matter what it is, it seems like if they have a problem with the soil, have a problem with, you guys have people that will go to them and help them.
Yeah, so the cool thing about Cooperative Extension is that, we're free. So I kind of like to, or I call us like your friendly neighborhood scientists, right? So
Yeah.
we'll go out to the field. We get a lot of calls from growers, a lot of calls from pest control advisors. But yeah, we get to go out to the field and try to help people figure out their problems and hopefully solve them. So
Well, rice doesn't have any problems, does it? Rice has got to be
it's
easy.
perfect.
Right? I have never seen you girls like I've seen the ladies in Japan, though, down there.
Oh, hand pulling weeds.
It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
funny that
Did
you
you
say
have
that.
to do that?
During my internship for one of Whitney's projects, we were hand transplanting
Oh,
weeds.
come
That's
on.
true. I forgot about that.
And
yeah.
that was the only time we've done anything like that. And that was a great experience that I'm glad we've not had to do again.
I forgot about
What-
that.
I love to think like I bucked hay one summer. Hardest job in the world. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
Yeah, way too hard. Anyway, so what's the greatest danger to rice? Weather, pests. What's the greatest thing that affects our rice crop?
Oh, good. That's a hard question to answer, but I would say that in terms of pests, weeds are definitely the main problem.
Oh.
So Sarah and I have quite a large research program, and one of our colleagues at Davis too just focus on weed management. So we don't hand pull weeds usually here like they do in Japan, thankfully.
You knew what my next question was going to be, didn't you?
I've done it before, and it's not fun. It's definitely not fun.
So that's really the other part about the extension is that you guys will do the research. If there's a problem,
Yes.
you guys go after it. Mm-hmm. So it's not just we know the answers.
Oh, no.
If we know, we'll tell you. But if we don't,
We're going to try to figure it out.
We're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a benefit across the board because farmers, for the most part, they don't have time to do. They're out there working,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
they're
farming is a
air-conditioned
business at the end of
tractors.
the day, like I tell everybody, and they do need to make money.
Yep.
So that's the point of it. But yeah, we try to do the best we can to tackle problems, like you said, that are of importance to the community. So we spend a lot of time, on those farm calls that we make, talking to growers, trying to get a feel for what's going on. We also go to a lot of industry meetings, and just interfacing with the community as much as we can to kind of try to get an idea of the things that are important to them, the things that they need us to do research on.
Yeah, absolutely. And part of that actually is it's a two-way interaction, a two-way share of information. We do want to make sure that we're delivering information to the growers and to the people who are in our clientele, but we're also receiving information from them, which helps us inform our research program. So we're working on things that are of direct interest to our growers, to our pest control advisors. We're not just doing research for research's sake. We are letting what they want inform what we work on.
So what is the actual growing and harvest season of rice? When does it start? Because, for all of us in the community, we just love it when we look out there and the field is either water or it's a beautiful green.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
beautiful.
Irish people envy our green,
Right?
or it's white with egrets.
That's true.
It's one of the three, right?
is.
So what is the actual season?
Well, basically we start planting in about April, May. So that's the time of year when you would see the water out in the fields before the rice has been seeded. And then we harvest usually in September, October, and then maybe into November if it was a year like last year. But usually by November we're starting to flood for winter. And that's for straw management, so the straw at the end of the season, but it's also for conservation programs, like you said. So that's where people get to see all the beautiful birds.
Yeah, we're in the Pacific Flyway,
Right.
and so the birds just love it. They're very grateful for the farmers. They really are.
I agree.
They're thankful they leave water there for them. But okay, so that's really about a 6-month growing period.
Yeah, roughly.
They can do that, and then once it's harvested. Now, I know people have asked, and I asked before, and I forget the answer. But there is a purpose in actually burning the rice fields. That it's not just, hey, we're getting rid of this stuff. There's more to it than that.
Well, we don't really burn anymore. We're only burning up to 25%, and that's up to. That's only if they're allowed to, if they get permission to burn. But we used to burn, I'm sure you remember, pretty much all of our rice fields. Yep. But that's really to help break down the straw. That straw, rice straw, has what we call, or it has a lot of silica in it, and it makes it really hard for it to break down in the soil. Other grasses break down a lot faster. So part of the purpose for burning was to kind of expedite that process. But now we use the flooding, we till our rice, the rice straw into the soil in the fall, and then we use that flooding to help it break down faster.
So that's what it's about. It's all about that rice.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, rice straw is incredibly resilient, especially to just weather. I think that's part of the silica buildup in the straw is part of the reason why rice can stand in standing water for such a long period of time. So it's incredibly resilient in the field, but that also means that when we want it out of the field, it takes a couple of extra steps to actually remove it or incorporate it or just basically get it to the point where it's not going to tie up nutrients for the following season.
Can you grow rice in a field every year?
You can.
So how do you replace the nutrients?
You can grow rice in a field every year, and a lot of people do, especially I think on this side of on this side of the buttes. Some people do rotate. Some people do a fallow rotation. So every couple years or so, they might take a field out of crop production and leave it empty for a season, just to kind of give it a break, or maybe you've got a water allocation issue. But most of the time, your nutrients are going to come, at least in conventional rice farming systems, from fertilizers applied at the beginning of the season. And
specific to rice.
Yeah, specific to rice.
Whatever the soil, so they can you get your soil guys.
Exactly.
And they go over and go, oops, needs potassium, right, or whatever.
Exactly.
Perfect.
But one of the benefits actually to leaving the straw in the field is that it is putting back some of the nutrients. So we used to, with the burning, we would actually be getting rid of some of that nutrients. So now with the straw, we're actually putting more of it back in than we used to. So that's one of the benefits to having the rice straw left in the field.
All right, I have to ask this question, right?
Okay.
So, well, I mean, I look at the fields, right, and I remember the first time I had a friend that would fly me around to go places, and we were coming up out, and it's just, man, when you see, this is a well-watered plain. When the fields are full of water, it is gorgeous from the air, right? And so I have to ask, when California has a drought, that's got to be specifically hard on rice production.
Yeah, it is. And the last time we had like major water cutbacks was a few years ago. I'm going to forget the year now.
2022.
Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, so it is impactful to us. But I will say that we are working on some of our research and stuff, ways to cut back on water usage. And then also on crop rotation options for growers that use less water than rice. So we've got research going to sort of help folks out. You know, again, farming is a business, and we work in rice, but we're not just like only rice must be grown, right? We're open to other things, but we want people to be able to make choices for themselves that benefit them and make sure that they're still able to stay in business.
It's important that the production is there. I mean, it's food.
Yes.
You know,
for sure.
Probably the greatest asset California has is water. Secondarily, it's what that water does. And
for
so,
sure. Yeah, and you can't grow
Northern
things
California,
without water. I'll just tell everybody, you can't grow a plant without water. As much as we may want to try to reduce it, you got to have water.
Here's my tomato story. So I went to the Master Gardeners, and my friend Stace went. We both bought several different varieties of tomatoes and basil and some other stuff, right? So I planted mine. I'm watering it every day. I'm taking care of it. If I showed you a picture, you'd be shocked. All the leaves are brown, and I got one little green tomato. That's one plant. My other plant, all the leaves are brown, and I have one little red tomato. That was it. I got one of these. And my friend is like, oh, look at my harvest, like a bushel basket.
Oh, that's just not fair.
It's like, you know, what did I... So I want to know who from the cooperative extension is going to help me with my tomato harvest next year, because no way I'm putting a booth out front. Here, pick one. You can have red or green.
One of each.
Yeah. So the plants were excellent, right?
Yeah.
So you can have a farmer that's been in the industry forever or one that's new, and you guys end up being the ones that help them not have
that issue.
Well, maybe not
no tomatoes,
but you know what I mean. But like a major issue with me, I got a couple of plants. I can't imagine a rice field making a bad decision, right? You know, on water usage or the soil before. Oh, I don't need to fix the soil. Oh, okay. So look what happened. Or I'm sure there's pests.
Absolutely pests. And throughout the season, the pests that you're looking for, the pests that cause damage in the rice field, they change. And so you've got to always keep the context of what point in the season you're in when you go and look at a field call. I mean, for example, I got a lot of calls last spring around the time planting had finished because people were not seeing seedlings come up. And so a lot of fields that I went to, I kept that in the top of my mind. Like, this is the beginning of the season. What early season pests are we going to see? However, an interesting thing that I saw last year was that instead of the typical early season pests that we see damaging seedlings, what I saw was a lot of geese damage. So you always have to keep the expected. When you hear hoofbeats, think horses, not zebras, but sometimes it is a zebra. If you're not,
Yeah, the geese, they do like to eat rice. Yeah, a little bit more than I realized when I started in this job.
That's funny. You just don't think about it. On the one side, you're benefiting the birds. On the other side, the birds are not benefiting you.
Yeah.
It's like for a long time we had a crow problem here. So much so National Geographic did a expose on the
really?
crows.
I didn't know. I did
Yeah,
not
because
know
it was
that.
incredible. I mean, you didn't want to go to the mall, right? And it's like, but now we have chickens, and it's like, everybody's kind of used to it. It's like, how cool is that one? Multicolored, all different varieties, right? Little ones, big ones, yeah.
I recently found out the chickens have an Instagram. I didn't realize.
Oh my
that.
goodness!
Yeah, Chickens of Yuba City or something like that.
There
where
needs
they
to
post
be
pictures of the chickens.
There's got to be some kind of avian
cute,
study
actually.
done on the chicken genetics of Yuba City. I think it'd be fascinating.
Somebody sent me a picture. It's been some time back, and the caption was, "Why did the chicken cross the road?" And it was a mother hen and 3 baby chicks crossing in the crosswalk at Bridge Street, right? Bridge 99. They were in the crosswalk. And I'm like, these
Well
are
trained.
bright chickens.
Yeah.
They figured it out. Yeah, okay,
Survivors.
lights change. Let's go, girl. I mean, it was like, wow.
That's so cute.
Yeah. Well, listen, I appreciate what you guys do. Whitney, thanks. I'm glad I met you. I don't even remember where, but
I'm not sure either now, but I'm glad I met
we
you
had
as
a
well.
chance to talk about it and say, look, this is the stuff that matters to us. You may not be a farmer,
Right.
but the decisions made on that farmland can affect you.
For sure.
And so we really all are part of the agricultural community.
For sure.
And I think about water and the times when they say, look, if it's a choice between water for the rice or water for my front yard,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I do.
You
I do
know,
agree with that.
I'd like
Yeah.
my front yard to be green. I just would like somebody else to mow it.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, we all got to eat. It's
that's
true.
it.
Every single
That's
one
it.
of
It's
us.
about-
Yeah.
And since I have the superior rice cooker,
Absolutely.
I'm in. I could be like a salesman for that company.
You really should.
It's like,
Reach out to
oh my
them.
gosh. All right. Did I forget anything, Whitney?
I don't think so, but we did want to just give a plug for, we've got a rice production workshop coming up in March. It's on March 18th and 19th in Richvale. And it is a sort of overview of rice production in California. So from the beginning to the end of the season and with the pests and everything in between. And it's a 2-day course. We do it every other year, roughly. And course attendees, there is a fee for this one because it's a 2-day course, but they get a huge book that goes home with them as well as lunch both days. So we just wanted to plug that. It'll be held at Lundberg Family Farms, and the registration link is on our website.
And there's also several DPR, Department of Pesticide Regulation, and Certified Crop Advisor hours available for a lot of our clientele and our growers. They need those hours to maintain their licenses, and so there'll be a ton of hours available for both days.
Yeah.
Webpage, what is it?
Oh, it's, no. I think it's...
It recently changed.
Oh, stop. I tell people, don't give a phone number. People are driving, right? Give a
Yeah,
phone
that's
number.
true. Oh, no.
If you look up UC Rice Agronomy, it'll go to our webpage.
There you go.
Yeah, none of us can remember the web address.
Yes.
Sorry.
You guys are,
I know. We should
you
do
be
better
worried
better
because
prepared.
The boss is going to have you tattooed on. And it's like,
It might help, actually.
yeah, we are like,
I know.
thanks so much for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Fish.
Yeah, thanks for
This
having us.
community interview is made possible by Shaw and Associates.
I'm Dave Shaw, President and CEO of Shaw and Associates. For over 70 years,